Yo. 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 Yo, yo, yo. How we doing, boys? Bars, ready. Ethan, what's up, buddy? Trish, welcome. Alright, let's see if we can actually win a bid. Or if we just have to do buy nows. We'll probably just have to do buy nows. Yeah. Such a clever way? Such a clever way what? Alright, boys. We're spamming more premiums today. We're spamming more mixed as well. To walk on a treadmill and grind FC, dude, it's so fun. I'm telling you, once you guys get a walking pad yourself, it changes the way you view video games and just like chilling. Like, you just walk so much and you don't even realize it. Like yesterday, I think we did 5 miles on stream. And the only time we were somewhat out of breath is when we were not screaming at chat, but we were doing the menu grind into 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 the grind of the grind of the grind into the grind of the grind of the grind that you grind into the grind of the grind. Then we're like, so I started getting more serious with the grind, up to 15 runs. Day 1, let's go. Merry Christmas, my guy. Hope you have a good one. You guys too, man. To everyone who celebrates, God bless you all. Merry Christmas. We got our Christmas Eve service here in like 5 hours-ish hours. So we're going to do an hour-and-a-half live stream. We'll do about probably 10 to 15 runs of the mix into probably 10 to 20 runs of the premium. Get us close to that 100 number from yesterday. We'll go from there. You mean C-Barbs? Hey, he's learning. Brother's learning. Slowly but surely. Snail pace but surely. What is up, my guy? What is up, my dude? Alright, we'll check some of these cards in the club. Oh. Merry Christmas to you, EA. They just kicked us. Hopefully we're not a bid ban. That'd be a little annoying. Let's see. Okay, now we're good. Why are you buying these cards? To do unlimited runs of League SBCs. Can EA give me Cruyff for Christmas? That'll be a clever present. Yeah, I come back in, all of a sudden, flashback Thiago Silva's on the screen. That'd be beautiful. I have some Belgium cards untradeable, but they're all gold rares. Would you buy some commons to save rares or just use them? It really depends on how many runs you think you're going to do. Rares only really matter if you're doing it in bulk. If you're just using untradables slowly over time, you're probably not going to do many premium runs in general unless you're spamming the mix into it. So it's not going to matter as much. But gold specifically, golds you're going to get dupes more than anything else, in my opinion. So whether or not you use more rares, I would say if it's a gold rare, feel free to use those more often, especially if it's in your dupe storage. I did 10 runs of mix now. It's already boring. And call it a day, buddy. Don't know what else to tell you. If you see our coins, coins were close to 2 mil yesterday, boys. We're back down to 1.575. Look at our club right now. Ready for this? Look at this stock. Oh, that's market, not my club. Look at this stockpile we got going on. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't she pretty? Look at all those Pro League cards. We're going to get more and more and more and more and more and more. How's Portuguese League doing? Got those. We got those. 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 We're cooking, boys. A little low on Portuguese League, but that's okay. All right, should we start making runs, boys? Can you give me some of the Pro League players for free? Dude, imagine. Thanks for the answer. At the same time, I don't mind buying Belgium cards because that's the only segment that costs me coins. Yeah. And I feel like your coin situation, you can handle it, right? Alright, let's chuck these in. Yeah, we're now gonna be not more wasteful, but we're gonna take a little bit more risk on our account. I want to try to scale the premium as much as possible. All right, cold. How have you got all these cards? Our menu grind. We have videos on everything. So what's your live stream for yesterday? You said that you'll be 3 or 4 hours before content, so I thought maybe you're live. Yes, sir. We are live. All right, let me get on Paletta real quick. Merry Christmas to Paletta, the man who made Pale Tools possible. Shout out to the homie. All right, let's see. Buying cards on console, don't you run into a lot of tradable dupes when club stocking while bidding? Yes. With the Romanian league, I just chucked things to my transfer list, and it was just fine because we had nothing on there. That's also why we hold tradable packs for a certain amount of time, and we don't open them right away, or open packs in general right away, and why we do it in big bulk. It saves us a bunch of time as one thing, but also too it allows us to have an empty transfer list to put all the leftover cards on. Alright, give me a second, guys. Pale Tools is being slow to load. It's gotta log me in. Come on. Log in. Alright, I think we're good. Log in. Log in. Alright. We're Gucci now. Alright, how much room on the transfer? So we have 81. Okay. So we're in a pretty good spot. Why is everything so slow? Do you still open bronze specs? Yes and no. I don't do it for this grind. It's not necessarily needed anymore. I just do it for fun and an easy way to make more value in coins over time. But it will purposely slow this grind down if you use it for it, so. Center back. Rare. Common. Cam, left back, goalie. What else we got? Center back. Awesome. Okay, that works. Re-hit it again. Right back in. Saudi League done. Another league there. This is the power of the recycle right here that you're seeing in real time. Or not recycle, this is the power of crafting all together after club stocking. Do I have a cam? The left back. This is on early stream. Just got back from work. Yes, sir. How are we doing today, brother? All right, we're gonna be low on. Looks like MLS cards. Might have the rares, but comes low on. So now we're down to 77 on the transfer list. So you see it's slowly taken. If you make your whole transfer list just one league, you can pull from your transfer list. And I'll pull that one league. So that's like another thing to save you time if you're trying to clear your transfer list. Have your transfer list just be one whole league. Wait a second. Yeah, make it one whole league, only pull from your transfer list, and then fill it with a whole nother league so you have another 100 of dupes. Yeah, we're gonna go even crazier with that. Wait a second, that might actually save us even more time. Cam. I love how I just like, I say something that I've already been doing, but it unlocks another idea of like the same kind of thing, but a little more efficient. What'd you pack on WW? What have I packed during this promo? Lots of mediocre cards. Saving provision packs for Team of the Year will save millions of coins for the grind. Yes and no. It would most likely be better to, if you have the time, recycle them into better packs and save those for Team of the Year. But you could do that, yeah. It will be a decent amount of gold rares. If you're just looking at them as a gold rare source. Alright, we got that. That's... Merry Christmas to you too, buddy. What you guys got going on today? Hanging with family? I'll be seeing my family in a few hours. Do you think it's worth buying the season pass? I personally haven't gotten the season pass. That's why my pre-order FIFA points are still as high as they are. So I'm personally not. Are there some packs that might be nice to save for Team of the Year? Probably, but I also really don't do gameplay as much anymore. So I feel like me just not getting the XP and forcing myself to get it wouldn't be fun. You and your family have a good one. Thanks, buddy. You too, man. Striker. Right back. CBM. CBM. I thought I was flexing on my account, which was created in 2014. Your Ultimate Team was created in 2012. Yeah, I'm an Unk, boys. Yeah, I'm debating doing Sunderland Evos with it as well over time, especially like the Team of the Year ones that will be outrageously priced. I don't want to spend like 500k on it once they start coming out. Are we out of silvers? Interesting. Okay, we're going to go back to console. Let's do some more mass bidding. MLS. Do a bunch of 70 pluses. Just streaming got smacked with 3 ads. I hope that ad revenue is good. I will probably not see much of it. YouTube will not be a good boy for the holidays. Were they skippable ads or unskippable? Because I feel like YouTube, for me, has been playing a crap ton more. It used to be a crap ton of unskippable ads, like almost movies. We had to wait like 2 minutes. That was like a few months ago. Now it's more like they'll smack you with 5-second ads that hit skip ads so quick that it's not even like an ad. It doesn't even feel like one. What to press when buying cards on Pale Tools depends on what your Pale Tools settings are. You got to go into your settings area and see what you have assigned to what. Yours is going to be different than mine. You can select whatever you want for it. If you want to have Pale Tools put in the cards for you, you can select whatever button you want that to be. And then submit, you can put whatever button you want it to be. Basically, I have 20 saved now in terms of min-price rares and non-rares. The value is 400k for 20 packs until 22nd January. It's 30 days. So 400k times 6 is 2.4 million of rares and non-rare golds for Team of the Year. So you can do 5 a day. So you're saving, what, 125 rares a day? So each day you can save over 10. Wait, is it over 10 or is it close to 10? League-specific premiums. Because it's 11. What's 125 divided by 11? Wait, now I'm confused. Is it 5 or 4? I can't remember. You might be right. Yeah, is it 4 or 5, guys? I do them all, but I never really check. What to do for Team of the Year preparation from now on? Depends on what your account looks like. Most of us are just spamming League SBCs nonstop. If you're doing mixed into premium, you can make hundreds of runs of each and really not lose coins at all, if not even gain coins if you're using our method. That would be my recommendation. But in terms of your account, I don't know what you're looking to aim for. Am I the only one who prepares for Team of the Year a week before? A lot of people start preparing in the final like week or two. And usually they end up being the ones who will pack Team of the Years over some people who do a crap ton of grinding. So, hey. Maybe there's something to that. Merry Christmas, bro. You and Pale Tools have completely changed how I grind. Appreciate you. Hey, appreciate you too, man. Glad you're enjoying it. Glad the video was helpful too. I thought I should include like not a basic tutorial, but I know a lot of people are new to Pale Tools or have never used it before. So we used like the start of the video to be like, hey, find it here. This is how you make a template. It seems like we didn't have to make another video. It seems like you guys got it, so W. Alright, we got center back. Exactly, LMAO. Feel like grinding too much nerfs your account? I can understand the reason you think that. Because quantity of packs doesn't mean quality of players. but my team of the year Mbappe from last year would say otherwise. Just found your channel. Love the content vibes. One question. I'm trying to make a Norwich first owner team. What do you think is the best way to grind? Keep up the amazing content, mate. I'm laughing because Norwich was one of the teams I did not like playing against when Sunderland was in the championship. They were always difficult. And as an American, gotta respect Sargent, man. Dude's a baller. You reckon he's gone this year, or is he staying? For me, for Sunderland, it comes down to doing the free Evos, the ones that are like 50K to 100K, making sure I have liquid coins to do them. While you're grinding, the thing I would make sure you're doing is kind of budgeting those things in. Like for us, we do a lot of like break evens. Am I making coins? Am I losing coins? Yada yada with the grind. But my main thing is I just really never want to run out. I want to leave millions of coins or hundreds of thousands so that if a really good Evo comes out, I don't have to worry about it. I can just do it. So for your Norwich one, I'd ask the question, how many coins do you have? How many coins would you like to continuously have that if you're grinding the menus, that you have enough coins to put into your Norwich Evos and you don't have to miss one? You can do extra cosmetics if they look good and have it cover the costs. And if that's the case and you're not getting that specifically just from menu grinding, add like a trading tip or two. I like special card method of ours. I like, it used to be silver lib and sud flipping. Now it's the flipping of the Pro League and the Portuguese League. That works really well. We have a tutorial video on that in the premium mix grind video from the other day. Towards the end of that, I'd recommend that. Yeah, man. Also, for me, I just kind of enjoy the journey of it. I know the cards aren't going to be on the level of all the meta pro cards, but I thoroughly enjoy having a Sunderland team that is mainly all golds to start the year. That's a foreign concept to me. I'm used to bronzes and silvers, so yeah. Just enjoy your RTG for what it is. Don't feel like you have to drop your Norwich team to use meta players. Even if you pack Team of the Year Mbappe, have a fun team where you use them, but also get your Sargent like 90 plus rated and have them ball. W your flex. Alright, we're at, was that 9 runs? 10? What are we low on now? What did it say? I wasn't paying attention. Send the club. Look at that. Slowly but surely, we're down to 42 again. Okay, mixed. Oh, we low on rares? Okay, perfect. So we're not low on commons. We're low on rares. So this is where price changes a little bit. If you're on at the right time, you might be able to get Serie B bronzes for 200. Most of the time, these are going to be 250, 300. And you might be better off than getting the silver rares on bid for 300 as well. So you'll see me get one of each one I don't have. Spending a little bit more than I'd realistically like per one of these. So the cost for this section is going to be a little bit higher. But the way we make it up is instead of doing 200 buy now in the Bundesliga 2s, if I got to spend a little bit more on these rares, I'll just do 150 bids on the Bundesliga 2. And it evens out in the long run. So don't got to go crazy. Don't got to stop your grind if the price is up a bit. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have him. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. How many coins do I need to make this unlimited? Not as much as you think. Usually I recommend at least 50 to 100k, but if you're below 100k, to do this in bulk is going to be extremely difficult. So I would recommend just using our methods to make more coins while you're making these. So if you take a look at the grind playlist that's in chat or in the description, if you watch our mixed league video, it'll show you kind of the fundamentals on how to set up the basics of this. But then if you watch our premium mix, we have an insane filter for the expensive first section for the Jumbo Gold Pack that can make you endless coins. So if you just want to trade with that, I would say most people can easily make, if you're newer at trading and you really dig into that, you can make at least 100k within your first week. But honestly, if I didn't do SBCs and just sat there, I'd have tens of millions of coins a year just spamming those bids, buy nows and flips, lazy lists, daily fluctuations. It goes crazy. It's this year's Silver Libin Sud from FIFA 21. This year, sadly, the missus loves Sarge. Got a signed jersey in our house. Think he's gone, sadly, in January. I have 1.4 million coins, but struggling to pack the bronze and silver's first donor. Gotcha. The mix grind actually helps a ton with that because there's a bunch of bronze and silver players in the packs. So that might be helpful. You could also spam BPM into bronze upgrades. I know I did that early on to get a lot of Sunderland ones. But then I kind of gave up eventually and was like, alright, I don't need him first starter anymore. I'm just going to get him and Evo him so I don't miss out. Let's see. We need your CDM. You saving other big packs or just the League SBC ones? This is my pack saved so far. Got over 180 plus doubles, 1581 doubles, 682 doubles, 83 doubles, 84, 5 doubles, 81 doubles, 82 doubles, or triples, 83 triples, 84 triples, we got 18. Almost 150 prime golds. I want to double that this week. Small rare golds, I want to get as close to 1,000 as we can. We have 17 winter provisions. Not a bad shout saving these. I'm not going to save everyone. If I need them or want to use them, I'll use them. But each day we usually have more left over than the day previous. I understood most of it, but what should I do when the leagues don't sell? The best way to do it, in my opinion, is if it's an off-league card and you're listing them in bulk, try to get a full transfer list of all of them. When it comes to the silvers in your packs, if you relist like 4 or 5 times for an hour and they're not still selling after that, feel free to quick sell them and take the coins. But you'd be surprised on how many additional coins you can make doing little things like that. Same with like gold commons. Instead of quick selling it for like 266 coins, if you instead consistently list for 350, 400, we're talking 100 plus coins per card, which if we're talking about this in scale, adds up to tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. And if you're on kind of my level and some other people in this community's level with how often we do these SBCs, we're talking millions of coins of a difference throughout the year, which you could then use for more Evos, you could use for more League SBC runs, all that fun stuff. When I complete my Dino, I'll start saving packs. I just need 187 squad. Nice. We're done with all the high squads. We're now down to, I think, a few more 87s and then the low ones, and we're done. So we should be able to get another 87 or 2 done today. That's what I think we have right now. One, two, three. Goalie, striker, right back. Okay, how many runs was that? 11? Alright, we'll do this with a little bit less than I usually do. I usually build up like 25 plus, but I know some of you guys were wanting to see kind of how I build on stream. So hopefully that gave you kind of a look at what that grind looks like. We do have to clear our transfer list a little bit more. I do see we still have some cards there, so I'm going to save the tradable packs. We're not going to open the tradable packs yet. And we'll go into the premium. So let's open the premium mix. And then we'll spam the premium mix league upgrades. How do you even save packs for Team of the Year and carry on the grind so consistently? Not to be a broken record, but our videos literally lay it out from video to video. Every step, every method, every rhyme and reason that we've gone to where we are. I can be even more wasteful and spend even more coins and still never really lose because of the mix. The mix is that good. If you guys aren't doing the mix, you'll not understand it. But the more you do the mix, the more you'll realize, oh, I am just able to spam whatever I want. It's just how much time do you want to put into buying these cards. We just spent how long there? The first half an hour of the stream getting 11 runs. Like, it's not the most time in the world. But then when it comes to scaling that to like 50 to 75, that's when it becomes more difficult. I can't do that every day, but it's like if I have a weekend day where I have 3-4 hours, yeah, it's possible. Happy Christmas, Evo. Brother, you need to touch grass. Did you just say Christmas Evo? My dude. First of all, it's a Merry Christmas, not Happy Christmas. Oh, it's C-Barbs! What's up, C-Barbs? Speaking of League SBCs, how you doing, C-Barbs? Ronaldinho SBC is a fraud? I do not want to hear it, okay? Dino is Dino. He's a cutie patootie no matter what. He will be good for us in the 2 games of squad battles I end up playing with him, in the 1 random Div Rivals game that I get bullied into chat for playing because they call me Unk, and then I win like 5-0. Then they say, you should play more gameplay. And then I play another one, I get absolutely bent over. They're like, stick to gameplay. Or stick to menus, bro. How many runs should I be doing in an hour if I'm full sending the mix? More than you did the day before. Don't compete against me. Don't compete against other people. Compete against yourself. If you could only do 2 in an hour, make it so you get to 3 in an hour. Make it where you get to 4 in an hour. See where you can take little shortcuts or save more time. Transfer list is a fantastic tool for that. This is also kind of another way that will help us make more mixed runs without interfering with our transfer list. Is even if you don't want to make 25 to maybe 50 runs in a row before opening packs, feel free to take the untradeable packs and keep recycling these. I just don't touch the tradable yet. So I'll maybe build up this tradable section to, should we get it to 100 plus maybe this week? And then we sit there and we have a stream where I open like 100 plus premium runs and 100 plus of the mix. I think I have 82 packs saved up to 980k. W, man. Look at that. Pro League card in the first Electrum. W. You do 10 in an hour for mix? Let's go. He's getting better. League of Portugal card. This is what I'm talking about, boys. Mix just gives you so many. Not only that section, but premium mixed and mixed cards back too. Let's go. Alright, then we'll start smacking premiums after these Electrums. Are we supposed to just... Oh, shoot! Was I... Wait. Did I I didn't stop sharing my screen. No one said anything. Oh, gosh. No, you weren't supposed to be watching me on there. How long was that happening? Sorry, guys. I thought we turned it off. Everyone's menu grinding right now. No one's paying attention. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, the whole time we were saying they were opening packs. Well, to be fair, we just got off of Pale Tools, so it was only like a few minutes, but still. I was wondering why you said you got something from the election pack. That makes a lot more sense now. Thank you, man. That's why I'm here. I'm good at some things. Hey, you're getting better at League SBCs, brother. Reason we're pushing you so hard and giving you a hard time is I know you're capable of doing it. You're already doing it, so it's not like you're completely lost. Every time I pack a Living Sud card now, I get so sad. Oh, I got coffee. Wait, I got coffee. I made a pot of coffee. It's waiting for me. It is maple bourbon flavored coffee. It's going to be so good. At least we know C-Barb's watched the streams. See, C-Barb's pays attention to the streams, but I think when we're not yelling at him, and it's a YouTube video where he's not getting yelled at, he's not paying attention, so we might have to live react to YouTube videos of ours for grinds, so that he's, like, locked in. Pause it every minute. Okay, what did I just say? What does that mean? What are we going to do with that information? What's the best grind right now to get fodder and coins? I would recommend our unlimited mix method, buddy. Which, all those videos are in the grind playlist. I'd watch the mix one and then kind of see how we scale it to other things. You can take a look at our different experiments, what 10 runs look like, how we built up to 100 plus runs, and now how we're in pure profit after over 1,000 combined League SBC runs. Alright, let me get that cup of coffee. Hey, Greenwood, let's go. Cold. The non-abusive one. Who was here last night? Not when I yelled at the guy. I didn't yell at the guy. But I lost my cool a little bit. Because we just got done explaining the grind. And he was in a game, I guess he said. And he made a comment where he's like, I don't want to watch the video. Just give me a quick rundown. I'm like, ugh! Brother! You can't get a quick rundown. You're not going to understand. You're going to have 15 questions. You're going to be more confused. Give a quick rundown. Alright, so you're going to do the 25 buyout method. You're going to use the transferless method, the transfer targets method. You're going to do the Pale Tools, PS4, PS5, companion app combo, wombo combo. You're gonna do skip pack animation method. You're gonna do recycle method. Any questions? Huh? Sir? I was here, valid crash out. Appreciate the help. Gonna sell all tradables first, then run the mixed league. SP storage and T-lists are full, so need to dump into something. Yes, sir. But yeah, no. All that being said, if I have an occasional crash out, I don't want that to stop you guys from asking questions, especially if you're at different stages of the grind. Feel free to ask. Just if you say I refuse to watch video in response to something, maybe say like, "Hey, I've watched that already. Could you give a little bit more context? I'm confused about this step." That's the better way to say it. You say ain't no way, I'm gonna say ain't no way back. Alright, we need another rare. Imagine saying to someone, I don't want to watch your videos, explain it right now. Well, what they don't understand is like, what they're looking for would be the exact same thing as if I did start playing a video. Like, I should almost do that, where it's like, oh, you don't want to watch a video, but you'll watch this? Okay. Pull up said video, go take a piss, and go get a bite of food for like 5 minutes. Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Mumbly. We're going to tell you the step-by-step tutorial for this grind. Alright, now we need Serie A and Bundesliga dupes. Clear these a bit. Valid crash out, crazy way to start a sentence. I don't have the time to watch the videos. Well, that's valid to a certain extent. If someone's complaint is like, hey, Mumbo, you have like 20 different menu grind videos. I can't right now watch like 20 of them. Which one should I recommend for this grind? Like, there's very specific ones I can point to where it's like within 5 minutes, you can have the video watched. And also, too, I don't know if you guys know this, you have the ability to, maybe not if you're on mobile, but if you're on computer, you can speed up the video. So, like, anytime I watch tutorials, anytime I'm grinding something, or I'm, like, short on time, I'll, like, double the speed. Unless they sound like Eminem already when they're talking. Usually that helps a crap ton. If you put me at double speed, it's going to be like, what's up, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be Elite. You're going to start with this SBC, go to get this SBC, do this back, and do this back. Let me know if you have any questions. Done. Boom. Yeah, the playback speed. This boy's life so early would call this an act of love. Some would say it's a Christmas miracle. Some would say, I wouldn't say that. Is he walking? We are indeed getting steps in, brother. We are a man of many talents. You guys thought it stopped at the menu grind. Wait till you find out I'm capable of actually moving instead of sitting in a chair for all day. That will blow your mind. Where's he walking to? My walk is like our menu grind. It's unlimited. There's no final destination. We just continue going until the wheels fall off. But no, the nice thing about doing this occasionally on stream is my brain doesn't compute that I'm walking. Which, like, if you're talking while walking, you're usually burning more calories because it's harder for you to breathe. Your body's working harder. But, like, we'll be chilling and we'll be grinding, and before you know it, like, 2 hours will pass. And it's like, oh, I just walked 6 miles. Nice. I just got 15,000 steps. Cool. Alright, who's from the same club? Marseille? Unbelievable, dude. All these Marseille cards. Dude, how many I used like 6! 6 or 7 of these. Jeez. My goodness. There we go. Probably a little overkill. It'll never be the same for me. He's walking into the next mixed run. We should set up the walking pad to get it to... You know the dude who plays Call of Duty with, like, different instruments and stuff? Like, he'll play the recorder, and he'll blow into the recorder, and when he does so, it, like, moves his sniper scope, and he tries to get a kill that way. We're going to do it where every step I take, it moves, like, over one direction. Or we could do it for the computer where it's on Pale Tools. And, like, I need to walk a certain amount of steps before the next SBC gets completed. And we literally are running a marathon to try to get League SBCs done. That'd be a cool concept. You still have 80 rated informs. You probably don't sell the informs. They're an investment. So, yeah, no. We'll have another, like, 2 to 3 million additional coins to what we already have. Chad, he said 6, 7. Did I actually? My favorite thing to do is, like, I'll go back to watch random old videos, and you'll occasionally catch a random, like, 6, 7 being said, like, years ago. And I'll go to, like, the most recent comments, and it's everyone saying, he said the thing. Bro thinks he can just run a marathon. I think I could. I would not want to, but I think I could. I'd be able to do it. I wouldn't have fun doing it. Resub of the treadmill is a Belgium League of Portugal silver being flipped. We should come up with some cool system. Alright, I think I'm making my mind up, boys. I think I'm saving the Bundesliga Serie A pack now. I think we're going to start doing that. So we'll have that one, the Prem La Liga, and the final one from the premium mix. We'll still open the tradable packs, the Jumbo Gold and the, is it the Premium Electrum or Prime Electrum? But we're slowly going to start saving more, and then as we get closer to Team of the Year, we'll probably save like 100 to 200 of those tradable packs as well. Just as bonus stuff. How do you do the new League SBC grind with the Portugal and Belgium League? We do it the same way I was doing it before when it was Lib and Sud. We do mixed into it. And then with the profit we're making from the mix, like yesterday. I don't know if you caught yesterday's stream at all, or we'll have a video on it eventually, but we ended our experiment of over, probably at this point, over 1,000 League SBC runs, where we started at 1.5 mil, mainly focused on spamming the mix into the premium, back into mix, into more mix, into more mix, into the premium, into crafted upgrades, into player picks, into other SBCs, non-stop. And we've been doing this for over a month, and we had infinitely more coins than what we started with. We're closer to 2 mil than we were to 1.5, and we still haven't sold on probably at least half or a third of the items that we put into our club. I still have so many tradable silver rares, silver commons, chem styles, manager leagues, managers. And then we got to almost 1.9 mil on stream yesterday. And so then right when we ended stream, I said I was going to put a bunch of coins into Pro League and Portuguese League cards so that we could sit here and spam more of these on stream today for you guys. Are you doing BPM for the Mixed League? You can use BPM for the Mixed League. If you're trying to do it the way we recommend in bulk, you will not need it at all. It can still be used, but we do the buyout method. Striker. Beautiful. When you say doing the mix into the prem, does that mean you're saving the fodder from the mix packs you open? Can you define fodder for me? When we spam the mix, I'm opening everything but the final pack. We save that for Team of the Year. Everything else gets recycled into more mix, into more premium mix runs, and into liquid coins, and into crafting upgrades, bronze upgrades, silver upgrades. You think I can also do the League SBC with 100K? Yes, but not to the scale we can. That's why you need to watch our menu grind videos to understand how to scale. If you're trying to take it to somewhat of this level. Or you can sit there and make hundreds of thousands of coins and just flip in League SBC cards too. And then coins will never be a problem for you again. That would be another recommendation I'd have. I want Bade to come to Sunderland so bad. I need to see how the season's been going. Played him in preseason. Hold this flipping thought. Why can't I flip cards? You're probably either bidding too low, not doing it at great times where there's limited supply. You're probably not sniping. You're probably not mass bidding in bulk. Would be the main things. And the biggest one is probably you're not being as consistent as you should be. If you can get good at those things, it's pretty straightforward. Just like the mix grind, it's just a time thing. If you can find the buy now of the market and bid less, even if it's 100 to 200 coins, you can spam those in bulk. And then lazy list into higher prices, you'd be surprised at how quickly you can make 50K to 100K a day. And then scale that to $1 million plus within a week. We were doing it at a rate where if I sat there and kept doing it instead of League SBCs, we could make 1 million coins in a single weekend. Thus, why we compare it to our silver lib and sud method of previous FIFAs, because we made 10 million coins liquid in previous FIFAs doing the exact same thing. And even last year, we had 10 million liquid, flipping lib and suds. Keep the grind from the Netherlands. Hey, appreciate you, man. Yo, buying the A1 in Portugal League for $9.50, is it worth it? Are you on PC? If you're on PC, BPM method might work a lot better. We've been training a few people in our PC community to, if you're only missing that league and you basically have everything else, use BPM as a source to get those at a scale that's super quick by spamming BPM on Pale Tools. Sell the other players, just keep the those two leagues and use those. We have a guy who lists off leagues consistently, 100 of them. He'll get half his transfer list to sell. If you do that throughout the day, you're selling probably maybe 500 plus bronzes. Obviously, it scales to a certain extent, but then you hit a cap on how many cards you can sell in a day. So you're probably not going to sit there and open 1,000 bronze packs unless you're storing everything and selling over time, but that'd be a workaround. Where are you walking to? I'm walking to the UK. I live in the United States, but I'm sick of this time zone difference. You guys complained that I'm not live early enough, so we went live earlier. And I'm also now walking there, so eventually we'll be the same time zone. Might take a little bit to get there, but we'll see. Two, three. You still need 2 rares, right? Yeah. Because yesterday I tried it around content. Like, I set up the filter, and the first cards that popped up, I wanted to bid 35 minutes instead of 30 seconds. Did you put that same filter back in and change the start price back and forth? We've gone over that too, where... Oh. I just smacked my controller on the desk. What happened? Return. I don't want to buy it. You did that? Have you gone back and forth between companion app, web app, and stuff too and tried it on there? That will help get the filters less. But if you're doing it right at new content, I'd recommend about an hour 10 after new content, because that's when people start opening up the dailies and all those silver packs from the player picks. Those start flooding the markets, and that's when all the supply comes in. But even if they're a few minutes out, still spam in bulk. Because it's only 3 to 5 minutes out, that's not much time at all. I would do it out personally to like 10 to 15 minutes. I guess my only question is I have, when you spam the mix and open all the tradable packs, what do you decide to sell, not sell? Do you keep the tradable League SBC cards or just sell everything? My rule of thumb, especially if you're trying to get most of your coins back, if not profit, is sell all tradable things. But there's a time and a place to sell tradable things, right? You don't want to open pack by pack, compare price on each off-league card and each League SBC card, decide whether or not you want to list it, or then quick sell in the moment. We have min-max methods where we'll say 50 to 100 tradable packs. We'll open them in bulk. We'll club stock. We'll start looking at the duplicates like we did on stream yesterday. Then we'll go back in at a later time, look at things. We'll look at daily SBCs. There's SBC solutions, some cards that are off-league, quick sellable for less than discard the price, or they are discard price, but you can't sell it for 200 by now. Might occasionally be 1K that you can capitalize on. There might be League SBC cards, for example, that we're using for the Saudi Romanian section that we're able to win for 150 on bid or 200 by now that we've been club stocking. Now we're getting some more tradable. If people are hopping from the premium to the mix, or it's later in the evening, those same cards might now be close to double the price. Instead of the 150 bids, people are doing a 250, 300 buy now. So just by a matter of time of when we sell, we could double our coins on that too on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis. Same thing applies to the first section of the what used to be the Lib and Sud, now is the Portuguese League and the Pro League. You'll notice the price and what people are willing to pay is different throughout the day. If we look right now, every day it's going to be a little bit different. If I go to the Pro League, I go to 700 coins. These are not even selling quickly for 700. But if we go to 650, they're selling almost instantly. These last night, when I was about to go to bed, super late, these were almost all 800 plus within the hour. So if you're getting under the current buy nows, club stocking and flipping dupes for pure profit at the moment, not only is that coins now, selling later when there's less supply, but all the Americans grinding the game with less cards to buy from, the prices are higher. So daily fluctuations, you could make hundreds of thousands of coins, which very quickly can make you $1 million plus in a week. So it's little things like that. And even if you don't want to make the coins on it, you just want to do more League SBC runs at a more affordable price, paying attention to those sort of trends saves you in and of itself hundreds of thousands to millions of coins. Bro, literally right now, the Super Saudi League cards are up 100 coins. See, exactly. Follow those trends. When you see they're up, you can sell in bulk. May have not found it, but do you have a video for Pale Tools set up for the mix grind? Yes, our Pale Tools video that we just made this week covers all League SBCs, the crafting upgrade, in general, what to do with it. So I have 84 tradable dupes. Worth selling? I would, yeah. I would take the coins. I wonder if in plain sight method might be working again, boys. Since rares will usually have additional value because they're needed, and especially with the, 68, 69 rating needed for this SBC section, if you're getting those higher end silver rares like the 72, 73, 74s, and you're lazy listing those later in the day, really good coins. So basically, you sell everything. It just depends on the time of day. Not only the time of day, too, but like the menu grind you're doing. So, for example, like it would make sense in a lot of your guys' mind for me to open up the tradable packs I'm making now to see my liquid coins come back. And you wouldn't be wrong in saying, yeah, it'd be nice to see my liquid coins come back. But the issue we're running into is with me grinding the mix, my transfer list is full of my additional League SBC cards that we're going to continue recycling. So it wouldn't make sense with me to open packs with a limited market. I'd wait until I empty that. And again, the more coins you have, the more you're able to get away with things like that. If you only have 50 to 100K, you probably can only do League SBC run, buy a League SBC run, open some tradable packs, work your way up, slowly make coins. But as you have 100K plus, as you have 500K plus, a mil plus, you can get away with a lot more of these things where your coins can move a few 100,000 up and down if you know where the value's coming from without fear of really losing. Wait, have they hit 15K? Ladies and gentlemen, we're out. What I just said about me not opening packs is true. Because I have all these cards here. But close your eyes. Close your eyes. Don't look at what I'm doing. This is extremely wasteful. Alright, you might be confused. I do not have 1.5 million coins. When I got liquid out of my, once I get liquid out of my cards tradable from League SBCs we did yesterday, we're going to have basically over 2 mil. But on top of that, we've been stockpiling over 100 of these bad boys. So, my question is, do I sell the higher end ones first or the lower end ones first? Because the less supply on the 80s, 81s, 82s usually makes those continue to rise to an even higher price than anything else's. Like, if they're just starting to sell for 15K, I bet a lot of these are like, yeah, 18, 19K. Yeah, we'll start from the top. Just list them for 200, I'll snipe them. I'm just gonna... We're gonna keep Big Boy Dan. We'll do 15.5. We'll do a little higher than it. Yeah, I want to have some transferless space later. If I could make another, like, 250 to 500 on each card, that's sweet. But I really care about just mainly being out of these before Team of the Year so that I can have the just amount of liquid coins visual and we can figure out what specifically I want to do with them. Because, like, another thing we haven't even mentioned, remember when I said last year we had 10 million coins liquid? We put 10 million coins into gold rares, essentially. We could take additional coins that we have left over from this grind and just buy more gold rares. We don't necessarily have to make them all into League SBC packs. It would be nice to. But we could diversify a little bit. Is it worth doing all this in bulk? I tried doing it, but it feels like it's too risky. If you watch how we've done it over time and you watch our videos of the evidence of how not risky it is, if you do it the ways we recommend, it is not only recommended you do it in bulk, it is the only way I would truly recommend getting the best benefit of it. And I would go as far as, I obviously can't say you're not guaranteed to not lose coins, but it becomes extremely difficult for you to lose coins if you run your account very similar to the way we run it. It's almost like a chore. Like, you have to be extremely wasteful. Because just think of how much you're spending on the mixed in general. And the amount you're getting back on it. Run to run. What can go into what? The last cards you have to buy the next time through. The premiums you're making. The tradable packs from there. The fodder you're getting for Dino and other player SBCs. The challenge SBCs you're getting done. The marquee matchups. The bronze upgrades. The silver upgrades you're doing. The daily upgrades you're doing for player picks. The daily bronze, daily silver, daily gold. The 80 or the 78 plus 5 of 10 player picks that are giving silver packs. That alone there is giving you probably 10 to 15K a day right now. Just from those. So each day you're getting 10 to 15K from that section. You're making coins from League SBCs. You're getting a bunch of untradables to do the first initial kind of run or two for either 0 coins or very minimal cost. So it's almost guaranteed profit no matter what you do. Even if you have to buy a few Pro League and Belgium League cards. Scale that in bulk, it only gets better. And that's without packing anything crazy. I haven't packed anything crazy. If we start packing things crazy, our coins would go even higher. But you notice, everything I just said there includes the mix. If you remove the mix, or you try to cheat the mix and say, oh, this feels good, but I want to do more premiums. Let me stop the mix. Let me just focus on the premium. That is going to suck the coins and suck your account. It's going to suck you off. Pause. Absolutely pause, but it's true. The premium will funnel you out of existence, especially if you're saving packs. So just be wary of that. Feel like I want to keep my tradable informs for the possible 82 times 20. You can. If that happens, you would make even more coins on them. A lot of these would go extinct. And instead of us selling for 5K a piece, we'd be tripling our coins. All that could happen, and this is very likely to happen. for me, I'm trying to create as much content leading up to Team of the Year as during Team of the Year. So for me, it makes sense to put my coins into things like this. If you guys want to maybe sell some and hold the rest, makes perfect sense. I only see these continuing to rise. I don't really see these getting to discard anytime soon. And even if they do, that's just another investment opportunity. So in my head, if these go back down, I'm just going to buy more. So it's like a win-win either way. But won't you lose a lot of players in your club? If you can explain to me how buying out the mix for endless packs that give you endless players makes you lose cards in your club, I would love to hear it. I've not been convinced yet that that's the case, if you include the mix into everything. Think of mix like BPM. If you're doing BPM and you're opening a bronze pack, you're getting cards that you didn't have before for a cost. And you're opening a pack that gives you more cards than you had before. The more you spam that, the more cards you have. You might get rid of some by doing bronze upgrades and then into some silver upgrades and into some league SBCs, but you're making more packs. Same thing's true with the mix. There's a cost to the mix. We know the cost. Same thing as BPM. We know the cost. You're not losing coins on BPM because you opened one bronze pack and you didn't sell everything on right away or things didn't sell instantly. If you understand the value in the pack and what it allows you to continue doing, and in the long run, the coins you're making in each section, I treat the mix the same way I treat BPM. Understand the logistics, run to run, scale it in bulk, and do it even harder than last time. And then take our profits that we're making, which at this point is going to be well over 500K without any crazy pack pulls, and reinvest that even harder into even more things. And into even more mix runs, into even more premium. We'll start buying out more of the Pro League section as we go. You just scale it higher and higher. And you want to know the beautiful thing about all that? I'm saying all that to defend me still being in profit. Imagine if I wasn't defending me still being in profit, and I was just defending break even or barely losing coins. We're getting to the point where I'd literally have to 24/7 be grinding this game. Have to have the worst pack luck in the world. Have to be overspending to such a degree that I would even get close to losing a few 100,000 of our millions. And if we scale that even harder, think about how many more packs we could do, how many more packs we could save, and still be at risk of never losing coins, getting completely to zero. That's when it becomes really wild. And all that before we even get exchanges. The second we get exchanges, none of this grind matters, because it's going to be even easier to do all this. Do you buy out the mix? That's our mix method, brother, yes. Is there a vid about you explaining this mix into the rest? Not only is there a vid, there is a whole playlist dedicated to said concept, where every time a crafting upgrade comes out, every time new SBCs come out, we show you literally step by step what I'm doing, how I'm doing, how I'm getting. Yes, 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 yes. You tried the 7-foot tall bronze? I haven't tried him. I've sold him a crap ton though. He's made me a ton of coins this year. In BPM and League SBCs. I do the Mixed League upgrade every day, but is it still worth doing BPM? Yes and no. I view BPM as just an additional side tool. I don't view it as like to help me do the mix faster, because I can't do the mix any faster than the buyout method. But if you're not wanting to, let's say, do the skill that I do, and you're wanting to do more premium runs, might make sense to do a few minutes of BPM spam to see if you can get some of the bronze Belgian League and Portuguese League. There's things like that that might be useful. Or if there's informs that are bronzes that are currently out, or promo cards, if managers are super high. But it's not necessarily needed. It's always good. It's always useful. It's not necessary, though. up 100K from just transfer list, do you recommend going full transfer list? Do you recommend going full liquid in club? I'm only caring about Norwich players. The more liquid your club goes, especially if you're doing the League SBC grind, the better. Because the more tradable and untradables you can put back into it. So, yeah, I would say so. It's almost funny being in every stream and just randoms coming in and asking the same question over and over, and how you would recommend being able to buy players faster or like more in bulk. I feel like it takes such a long time bidding, but buy now will take a lot more coins. Again, it's a trade-off, right? When you are already doing something for pure profit and you're scaling and you're just cutting down on maybe the potential profit you could make, that's a good trade-off if it allows you to make more of said thing, right? How do businesses work? Businesses want to scale. A lot of businesses want to, at least. If they already know they're profitable, they might have to make an investment of more money to open up more locations where they might not have as much liquid cash by doing so. But what they're doing is they're building a bigger portfolio. They understand the business is going to continue to grow. The profits are going to continue to grow. And by doing so, they just open up more locations. And they scale that to even more in bulk. To the point where you then have fast food restaurants. You have all these different locations for whatever business model you want. View this as the same way. View this as every mixed run you do, you are generating a potential chance at winning the lottery and making infinite coins. And the more you scale that, the more tickets you pick up for the lottery, the more chances you have at winning. Doesn't mean you're going to win the lottery. I've yet to win the lottery. I have not hit the jackpot in any of the tickets that I've gotten so far this year. But I've made a lot of money from the lottery. And the only thing I'm really submitting is my time. Obviously, it costs to get a lottery ticket, but if we're constantly playing the lottery and we're making more money on the lottery tickets than we did before, we tried even more and we're getting more, we're just going to have to keep scaling. Is it Christmas for you? It's the 24th? It is Christmas Eve, yes, it's the 24th. When do I bid? Which days especially? I would say a good rule of thumb is if the day ends with DAY, I would be bidding. So, you might say, does Monday end with DAY? Yeah. Monday. How about Tuesday? Yeah. Wednesday? Sure. Thursday? 100%. Friday? Yes. Saturday? Yes. Sunday? Yes. So, yes. Every day. I really need to be checking the prices now that we're looking at the 82s. Gotta be careful. I ain't a random. I just like to rage bait half the time or really want to know something. Haven't been in this game. But see time and see when you do that, brother. I get you think you're being funny rage baiting. And I kind of have the idea that you're rage baiting to a certain extent. But can you also understand that there's genuinely people in here that don't know how to do the methods and are genuinely confused? And if you're also genuinely confused on something, I can't tell when you're serious or not. So I have to treat you like you don't know what you're talking about. So if you're trying to actually get help, I can't tell if you are or not. If you are, the videos are a resource and you have ample time to watch them. The same way you watch streams. But if you refuse to watch any of them, if you refuse to engage in the content and you want to learn what we're doing, it's going to be very difficult for you to keep up. So, Glia? Was he extinct? This one's extinct. I just made someone coins then. See? It's Christmas. I'm giving back to the community, alright? We did that on purpose. We wanted to give you guys watching an opportunity to make some easy coins. So congratulations if you won that card. You sold him for 15K. He was selling for 37. And you want to know the crazy thing about that? We'll make those coins back easily. It's not the end of the world. We just made someone get a crazy snipe. A little kid just got a PS5 for Christmas from his parents. They're going to go to church later. He said, Mom, I just want to get on and play some Ultimate Team. Barely had any coins. He just did his dailies, made his 10, 15, 20K. He wanted Glia so bad. He's like, I want this Glia, but I can't afford him. Let me see if someone will list him up for a lower price. He sits there, fingers sweating as he's going through the buttons. He hits the snipe and he wins at 15K for a Glia going for 37. He's up and down. Tears of joy. His mother and dad come down because they hear screaming. They said, what happened, son? He said, I just won the lottery. We just made someone's Christmas. In reality, it was probably a bot that got it, but I like to think it was some little kid who will value that card and play with him in Weekend League and get absolutely annihilated. He'll get bent over by a pro that he gets matched against, but it's the thought that counts, right? Real stories of bot, not true! Cute story, but the reality is the sniping bot just took him off your hands. Hey, if that's the case, I'd like to think there's a world where that sniping bot just got someone banned who shouldn't have been on the game to begin with. And just like that, there's one less problem in the world. It's like a YouTuber hiring editors and thumbnail creators. Alright, I don't think we're going to be able to get everything listed. We'll see if stuff is sold already. Brother woke up on the good side of the bed. Everything he thinks of is positive. I mean, like, what would I complain about? Sure, we missed out on 20K. That 20K is not really going to do us much. I'll then, in my next League SBC run, pack a promo card that goes for like 20K, and it'll even out. That's what I'm talking about, though, with this grind. Is like, you don't have to worry about those things as much. This is the freedom that I'm talking about. This is when you start making coins, and you have your coins make you more coins. You don't have to worry about a lot of that stuff. I'm checking all these prices. Give Gomez, who's 40K. Okay. Some of you get on a filter real quick. We're going to list him for... We'll list him for 32. You think that's like close enough, far enough away, maybe 33? Do you guys want to try to snipe him? If you guys are on PlayStation, Xbox, put ready in chat if you're trying to snipe him and you have the filter ready. When I see it ready, I'm going to wait a few seconds, and then I'm going to hit send. So if you put ready in chat, go back to sniping. We'll list it. And hopefully you can win it. He has an engine on him, too. Ready? Alright, good luck, buddy. Here it goes. Did you get him? This might be the play next year, just buying informs for long term. You're so bad. Did you almost get it but then miss it completely? Did you pull a Mumbo Elite? Now honestly, this is the play every year, brother. This is when you have coins, investing in informs for discard is not only an easy way to make money, it's a guaranteed way to make money. Like without fail. So those first few weeks especially, we buy every single one of the discard informs and just stockpile them. Wonder if any of my stock team of the weeks are this expensive. Gonna take a look. It might be. But also too, oh, is Burgess up a ton? He's like maybe 20k. You guys can snipe these more in plain sight. If you go to like what buy nows are going for, it doesn't always work great. Because sometimes it'll be like, if they're 15k, if you go to 14.75, everything's instant buy now. But if you go to 15k, everything's expiring within seconds left. If you can find a good filter where you can get to the 59th minute within like 5-10 seconds, there's some filters you can do where you can find these lower rated cards, buying them at the inform price when they go for at least a few thousand more. So we call that our in plain sight method. Or it's like these sort of cards could be popping up. If people aren't looking for that Brighton player just in the Brighton snipe and they're looking at informs at that price, they see a lower rated card pop up, boom. Additional coins. Burke might be worth something. He's like 19. What championship side did Burke play for before he went to the Bundesliga? I can't remember. Was it Stoke? West Brom? Gomez and Glia are expensive because of Evos. Was it Sheffield United would make sense because they're one of those teams that go up and down consistently. So you'd be sold off. Yeah, I'd say Sheffield United. Let me look at this up. Burke. He played for Millwall, Birmingham City. So most recently he played in Birmingham City in 23-24. Played for Millwall 22-23. Sheffield United 2020 to 2022. He played for West Brom. Okay, so he played for a lot of those teams. Nottingham Forest. He's what we call a championship hopper. He's for the streets of the championship. He's the crest consumer. The badge baddie. Was that Force OG? Sounds kind of right. What do you win? Ball knowledge. That's what you win. The fact that you have ball knowledge. It's a thing that many footballer fans never achieve in their lifetime. Just hit the objective of 1,000 listed. Let's go. Cold. Yeah, this, unless promo cards get re-released, this logic works really good with promo cards as well. So we do a lot of out-of-pack promo sniping and bidding with our special card filters when we are liquid, and that makes us a ton of coins as well. So if you guys do have bonus coins laying around and you're trying to make even more, chem styles on them too. Bunch of good stuff. Saki, he played for Sheffield United. I know that for sure. Is he on loan or did he get fully sold? Love me the Lorient cards. Guess if we min list and they don't sell, we just discard. Also, championship ball knowledge is best knowledge to have. I will say it time and time again. I think the championship is the best league in the world. Not the best in terms of entertainment. Like, you just never know. You can have two championship heavyweights that were just relegated from the Prem go against each other and have it be a decent match. But I love the random times that Sheffield Wednesday will just show up when they're on negative 20 points. They're on the road. The fans are already boycotted. And some random bloke from on loan, some random club will get a hat trick. And Sheffield United will drop points. And you're like, what? They won the derby? What? Or it's like Millwall will have streaks where it's like, Millwall is on course to be a guaranteed playoff team. Then the next time you look at the table, they're barely above relegation. You're like, what happened? And then it's like you'll see Stoke sign some crazy baller. It's like, oh, Stoke has signed. Who's the guy from City? Starts with an M. Mbumba? I can't remember. I wanted him at Sunderland for ages. And you see that and you're like, oh, is Stoke going to make a run? You see Stoke doing really well, and then you look again and Stoke's like 2 from relegation. You're like, what's going on, dude? Sheffield United went ages without getting points. They were sitting in dead last for the longest time. Preston are third right now. We should have beat. Nothing makes me more happy though with Sunderland out of the Sunderland out of the championship than seeing the old school Premier League teams rotting in the championship starting to do well. Like when Norwich does well, when Preston does well, when Stoke does well, when West Brom does well. I love seeing kind of all those be in and about, turning things around. Divin and Blum, yeah. Dude's a baller. Did really well at the youth level. I thought for sure City would give him a chance, but obviously they have the best of the best to choose from, so it was inevitable that he'd have to get playtime elsewhere. But dude's a baller. He's big, tall, fast. What did Pep say again? He's so big. So big. We're talking about Donnarumma. So big. So big. So big. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that, Pep? How are Hull all of a sudden good, and how did Wednesday fall off? Wednesday is always falling off. I'm not one to talk, but Wednesday is held together by one man's hairline at the club, who's captained them for the past like 15 years. And the second he leaves, they're going to be out completely. But Hull's the surprising one, because Hull's the one that had... I don't know if they were close to going into administration, but they had the Turkish owners take over. They spent a crap ton of money. What was it? They had a Turkish billionaire take over. They bought a bunch of overpriced Turkish players that were past their prime. Did horrifically. And then they overspent. They got, what's the manager's name that starts with an R? I can't remember where he ended up going. I think is he abroad now? They got him. He did decent, but I think they sacked him. And then the second they sacked him, he went elsewhere and started doing really well. Yeah, no, I love how Hull took Mason Burstow, who was on loan at Sunderland from Chelsea, and then Chelsea sold him to Hull, and then he finally scored a goal for them. Liam, yes. Yeah. Losing Danny Rose as a manager was also the nail in the coffin for Wednesday. I feel like Wednesday's going to have to do the Sunderland thing, though, where you got to go to League One and you got to rot for a few years and completely rebuild. Get some new owners, maybe, and change the direction of your club. I feel like for those teams that are always in the championship or always bouncing back and forth between the divisions, you really don't learn too much and you don't build too much. You got to really change it. Like, I think about that from times where it's like, I've had people ask, would you have preferred if Sunderland never got relegated? No. Like, in hindsight, I would have not wanted that to happen, because if Sunderland would have never gotten relegated, they'd be a team barely surviving each year, overspending on crap players, and never really be, like, truly super fun to watch the way they play football. But getting as low as they did and having to build back up, they had to get a new philosophy, a new system. And by doing so, they came up with the most money they could potentially spend due to financial fair play, barely spending on wages, barely spending on players, and the players we have sold on, we've sold on for infinitely more money than we bought for. And that cycle's only going to rinse and repeat now. So that's cool to see. Yeah, he's smashing it at Strasbourg. I couldn't remember where he went, but yeah, Strasbourg makes sense. Also, too, a manager that Sunderland was interested in, he ended up going to Ajax. Is it Fioli? The Italian bloke. And he left Ajax, and now he's at FC Porto. And FC Porto, they haven't lost in like 16 games? They're balling right now. Doing super well in their league. And then Europe. And then they're now signing Thiago Silva. So it's like a small world when it comes to a lot of these things. How many mixed league SBCs do you do per premium? If you're asking for me, it's not going to be even for you, because they're going to be pretty even for me now with all the excess coins we're making from the mix. I'm going to start buying out more of that first section. So as I'm doing like 20 to 25 mix, I'll probably do 20, 25 premium. But in and of itself, if you're having the mix into the premium, I'd say usually like every 4 or 5 runs you're doing a premium. But it's gonna get more and more lopsided, and that's why the videos are important too for the newer people. Is more and more I'm gonna be wasteful, more and more I'm gonna be trying different things to have my coins go down, and it's gonna be very different than the grind someone on maybe 50K is going to be doing. Fioli, very good at Porto, yeah. Striker cam. Oh, Thiago Silva. Oh, Thiago Silva. Dude, I can't wait to see him play again, man. Absolutely balling in the Brazilian league. I wish they had Libertadores rights for the Brazilian league. It sucks that they don't, because he still would have been in the game. But now we get him, and probably a flashback. Is it profitable at this point to buy out the mix? Mixed in bulk, I would argue is still profitable. Yes. Oh, Borja? He's there? Borja was always a menace to play against Sunderland. He would either do the most or do nothing. No in between. I have 1.5 mil, but don't want to snipe mass bid. Which video should I watch so I lose minimal coins while doing the runs? If you've never seen the basics of the mix grind, I'd watch the how to grind the mix. And then from that, any of the videos that show me doing like 10 runs of the mix, or like my menu grind now, we've done 100 plus runs, this is where we're at. All those scaling videos will kind of talk about doing this into this. This is what it looks like. I did these, I put this into there. If you're doing this, you can put this into here. Here's an additional step you can add. You can do the challenge SBCs, you can do the daily SBCs, you get more coins here. Daily fluctuations, we go over filters, how to get things for less. Alright. So it makes more sense to stock up on mixed players rather than premium since they're much cheaper. Yes and no. Technically that's correct. But there's a logic to the mix that doesn't have the same logic to the premium. The logic to the mix is the same logic I'd treat as BPM. BPM, you're spending coins to open a pack that gives you more players than you had before. If you understand where the value comes from the players, the managers, and the items in bronze packs, the same thing is true with the mix. If you're buying out the mix, especially under 10K, we're spending just above 9K per run. If we're spending that, I know where the coins are coming back, how we're getting them without crazy pack pulls. I understand the recycle. I know what things to save. I know what things to use. I know how to build. I know the other SBCs to do. I know the fodder we're going to get over time. If you can understand, try that at a smaller scale and scale it up, and you see it too, it makes it very easy to do in bulk. The same thing that stops people from doing BPM because they open one bronze pack and they're trying to have things instantly sell to make them their 750 back within a second. That doesn't happen. They don't see the benefit of it. But if you're someone who's done BPM and you understand long-term the league SBC cards you're getting, the off leagues that you can put into upgrades. If you're on PC, you can just list those off leagues and make easy coins on them too. The league SBCs you put them into, the managers you get, the random managers that are discard that you put in your club that are now worth a lot, the random Evos that come out from the leagues that cause them to go up a lot. The same kind of logic from there you can put into the mix, where then you now view the mix not in and of itself as a league to be compared to the premium. You view it as your tool to do the premium. So the way people would spam BPM into bronze upgrades or into league SBCs, you can view mix in the same light of I'm going to spam the mix to do more mix and to do more premiums, to do more crafting upgrades. It becomes an endless tool that you can use to funnel at the other sections. And if you don't want to funnel them, there's some people that might never touch a premium. If you never touched a premium, watch this. Imagine doing a crafting upgrade. Imagine doing a crafting upgrade where if you only did the mix, I put all these into the 78 triple instead of the premium. That's how we were able to do 100 plus crafting upgrades in that first live stream without touching any of our packs. Just simply with the amount of cards we get from this method in bulk. Allows you to make things like that. But I think you should realistically either use your dupe storage for the crafting upgrades or just off-league cards in general, because the premium's so good through that. And then as you're making more and more coins from the mix or trading tips, you can take more shortcuts and buy out some things if needed. But yeah, long story short, mix is very special. Right, gotta go wrap Xmas gifts. Appreciate all the help today, mate. We'll definitely be back later. Up the Macums. I need to head out too, boys. So we're gonna end it there. I'll finish that premium mix off stream. We're getting close to 100 total runs of the premium in the past day or two. We're gonna continue grinding that. We're gonna continue getting more cards for the mix as well. We'll have more mix runs ready to go. Have a Merry Christmas. I don't know if I'll be back on the 25th on Christmas Day. Assume I won't be live. If I am, there'll be some random time, like super late. But the plan is for Friday, the 26th. Yeah, right? Because today's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, Friday the 26th. I don't have work. So I plan to be up and at it before new content. And we'll do a super long stream on Friday for you guys. So take it easy. God bless. Have a good night. We'll see you later. Do you think I'll be able to bid and win some or wait for an hour after content? Both. You can do both. You can always bid. You can always wait. There's pros and cons to each, but you can always do it either.